Hi, welcome back to the Cannabis Sommelier. I'm your host, Andrew Freedman. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Cannabis and Wine Pairings. Today, I have a wonderful producer from the Loire Valley in France. We've visited him before. I butchered his name. I promise I won't do it this time. And for cannabis, we have an absolutely new producer. So let's dive right into the wine like we always do. Today, I have a Sancerre wine, and this is from Guy Saget, not Guy Saget, like I decided to call him like an ignorant English guy before. So Guy Saget, Sancerre, and Sancerre is a wine region in France, located on the east end of the Loire Valley. And the grape they grow there is Sauvignon Blanc. So if you're having a Sancerre, it's Sauvignon Blanc. In the wine region, they also permit Pinot Noir. I don't think there's much Pinot Noir grown there. Maybe really only 20% of plantings. The other 80% is all Sauvignon Blanc. And you'll get this great range. The older the vine, kind of the more grassy asparagus notes you'll get there. And the younger, the lighter, more gooseberry-esque flavors you'll notice. Perfect. Let's have us drink. Wonderful. So quite silver, very, very pale straw color, indicative of Sauvignon Blanc. On the nose, it's really delicious. The first thing I smelt though was like sweet pea blossom. Second to that is gooseberry. Third is definitely this delicious white peach, like it is a perfectly ripe white peach. And there's some other stone fruits beneath that. It's quite a complex Sancerre, and it's very approachable and enjoyable to smell. This is definitely a wine that I think I'm going to like, at least from the bouquet. So much stone fruit. On the palate, nice zippy acidity. That gooseberry stands out number one. Pea blossom, this nice minerality, but that white peach, apricot, really delicious stone fruit is what lingers the most. And this very nice zippy acidity that's making the sides of my cheeks just work. And there's a little bit of minerality that sits there. Really, really delicious. I don't taste any essence of oak there. And I should mention that this is a 2017 vintage. So brand spanking new wine. Fresh off the boat. Wonderful. I'm actually really impressed with this bottle of wine. Let's see how my cannabis pairing does. So today we have West Coast Collective, and I'm really excited to try these guys. I've heard a ton of great things about them, a lot of great compliments coming their way. And today, this strain we have is Lizard, and this is a Bubba Kings West Coast Collective collab. And I actually have it in two different forms here. So I have it in a live rosin that's a melt season collab, and I have it in a high terpene, high cannabinoid, full spectrum extract that it looks like West Coast Collective extracted. So I think I would like to smell the high terpene first. Let's go there. So one thing I really liked that they did was put this PTFE over top when they shipped it so that nothing hit the lid. And look at the size of those diamonds. I didn't even look in there. You can't see it right now. Maybe you can. But they're just absolute boulders. Wow. I haven't seen a diamond that big before. Wonderful. Barely any actually got on that piece of PTFE, but thanks for putting that there. And this Lizard is a hash plant unknown Bubba Kings cross, a strong indica. And it has all this appearance of like espresso, coffee, cola, those things that you would really familiarize with hash plant and with Kush. But there's also some beautiful green kind of aromatics in there. I guess you could relate them back to that pea blossom, or even celery stalk, celery leaf, maybe a little bit tomato leaf, but very green, very fresh, very herbaceous. And I think those sit behind like a layer of sandalwood. There's so many flavors and smells in this. It's quite incredible, very complex. I'm blown away. Wish I could pick more out of it. There's so many things going on. I don't want to waste all your time, but there's definitely tropical fruits in there too. Guava, papaya, some fermenting, some fresh. Like, it's awesome. And look how great that extract looks. I'm so excited to have this. Well, we're gonna have to choose one, because the second one I have is a live rosin. And live rosin is made when you freshly harvest the plant. You would chop down the plant. I don't know if it is directly put into a hash wash, an ice water hash wash, or if it's cured for a day, 2, maybe 3. Sometimes I see better results with that, so that you're not carrying so much moisture, glandular weight. I don't know. I'm not a amazing bubble hash maker, but it's definitely an art and a technique that creates the absolute best rosin. So anyways, so you fresh harvest the plant, then you start processing it into ice water hash, process of sieving off the glandular heads, the trichome heads, and then you're pressing it into rosin. So this one's done by Melt Season. If you've watched the show for a while, I praise Melt Season often. He's been one of my favorite producers, and he's been doing it for a long time. And there's one thing that's indicative about his product, is it's always this same really light batter color, which is really cool. So this is Lizard again, but this one sharing those same espresso, coffee, cola, but it almost smells like you walked into the flower room at your local grocery store, is the best way I could relate it. It has all the same characteristics as the other one, but this indicative freshness that you couldn't get anywhere else but making fresh frozen hash and pressing it into rosin. It's the only place I've ever smelt that appearance, and I've only actually ever smelt it from Melt Season. But there's this illusion of violets in this one. There's more floral characters in the live rosin than in the high terpene, high cannabinoid. The high cannabinoid was just a plethora of flavors though. So I'm actually going to pair on the nose and on the palate with the high cannabinoid, because let's do that. But very cool to see side by side the same strain again, hash planted and unknown indica strain by Bubba Kings, done in 2 different forms in the 2 best terpene preservation methods. I'm excited to try both of them. So let's smell the high terpene. Wow, espresso and tropical fruits and pea pod blossom, that's crazy. This is so strong, and I highly recommend this. This has just gone straight to the top of one of my favorites, just from the nose. My number 1 quote is, "The nose never lies." The nose knows. Always trust your nose. Wow. So from the extract to the wine just smells all stone fruit now. There's absolutely nothing else that I could smell in there. It's white peach, it's apricot, it's stone fruit. That's it. And it also has this perceived like sweetness. When I put my nose back in it, it almost smells like juice. And when I smell back to this, it really takes out those espresso, coffee, cola flavors that I mentioned, and really turns it into that sour, tropical, delicious kind of aroma that I was finding underneath there. It really takes out the strong things on the top and creates this beautiful, beautiful tropical aroma, almost like fruit punch. Wow, I hope it does that on my palate, because that smells fantastic. I really wish they'd invent smell-o-vision already, because it would make my job a lot easier. So let's have a dab. Now, I don't want to break these big boulders without showing you a video, so luckily there's a little one here. Get some more of this terp fraction. There's 0 visual faults in this. It looks absolutely beautiful. I have instantly become a fan. I've got my tank glass tube on my e-nail set at 520 degrees. I should note that the expansion on diamonds is always crazy. So if you're a new dabber and you're picking up diamonds for your first time, watch out, because they'll get you. They'll get you really quick. There's still a huge puddle in here. So on the palate, very interesting. The palate had that floral room at the grocery store taste that I smelled in the live rosin. It really had this fresh geranium, fresh violet, extremely floral taste to it, which I could smell massively in the live rosin. So very interesting there. Oh, with it on my palate, on the nose, so much white peach. It was almost unbearable there. And on the palate, same deal. Absolute winner. Just cranked the white peach through the roof. Made that acidity fall a little bit. That's my only kind of qualm with this pairing, is I wish that acidity would have been just as zippy as it was before. But it makes it so stone fruit. It's really delicious. That tastes a lot like dessert. When I first tasted the wine, I was really thinking about like grilled tilapia or some kind of really oily white fish. Now I'm thinking about like cobbler. I'm thinking about things that would taste the same with it. Vanilla ice cream and peach cobbler would be incredible, I think, beside this bottle of Sancerre from Guy Saget and some Lizard from Bubba Kings, a West Coast collective. So it doesn't really matter what part of the meal you're in. This is an awesome pairing, and I would highly recommend it. I've become a fan of West Coast Collective. This Guy Saget wine was killer. I'll stop rambling now. I hope you make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Till next week. Cheers.